New York, New York, the hub of the East Coast. Where do I even begin? First of all, the state motto translated means ever upward. Yeah, if that applies to the housing market, crime rate, pollution, city skylines, taxes, people, and traffic. Huh, maybe it is a pretty accurate motto after all. Okay, you knew this was coming. The rent. Perhaps the worst thing about the state, the rent is absolutely, positively, completely, totally, utterly, thoroughly ridiculous. Have fun paying over $3,000 a month just for a crowded one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, fun. Oh, but it gets worse. So much worse. Literally everything is expensive in the state. Considering New York is one of the most visited states in the nation, the entire economy is like it was built for tourists. And I'm sure you all know what that means. In fact, the cost of living here is over 20% of the national average. Have fun paying an arm and a leg for everything from Wi-Fi to bread. That is, if you still have an arm and a leg left. Speaking of money, let's not forget about the taxes. New York has some of the highest taxes in the country, which only adds to the already high cost of living. So not only are you paying exorbitant amounts of money for rent and necessities, but you're also getting hit with high taxes on top of that. It's no wonder so many people here are fleeing the state. We also can't leave out the fact that New York is known for its high property taxes. Not only do residents have to pay a high tax on their income and purchases, but they also have to pay high tax on their properties. So not only are you paying exorbitant amounts of money for rent or mortgage, but you're also getting hit with high property taxes on top of that. It's no wonder so many people are struggling to afford to live in New York. And don't even get us started on the traffic. New York is home to some of the worst traffic in the country. Whether you're trying to navigate the crowded streets of Manhattan or dealing with construction on the highways, you can expect to spend hours stuck in traffic. The traffic is insane, and the drivers are even worse. And let's not forget about the tolls. It's like they're trying to bankrupt you just for the pleasure of being able to say that you live in this state. And let's not forget about the public transportation. The subway system may be extensive, but it's also overcrowded and often delayed. And don't even think about taking a bus. The drivers are rude and the routes are always changing. Oh, and every time you ride one, have fun constantly watching your surroundings to make sure there's not a pickpocket around. Good luck trying to get anywhere on time. But hey, at least it's a city that never sleeps, right? Well, while that's true, it's not a good thing. New York is loud, crowded, and dirty. You can't even walk down the street without being accosted by some kind of street performer or panhandler. We also have to talk about the crime rate. New York has a high crime rate, especially in certain neighborhoods of the city. So not only do you have to worry about the high cost of living and the rude people, but you also have to worry about your own safety. It's not exactly the most appealing combination. Oh, and we can't forget about the New York weather. It's either scorching hot or freezing cold with no in-between. New York City is one of the coldest cities in the winter, and most cities here are over 10% hotter in the summer than most other cities in the US. In fact, the reason why New York is constantly so hot is because there's so many people and cars here. Speaking of the people, we have to address their personalities too. New Yorkers are known for their rude and aggressive personalities. It's not uncommon to get pushed and shoved on the crowded subway or to be honked at while driving. Oh yeah, and no one even slows down for you if you get into an accident or get hit by a reckless driver. They just walk away like nothing happened. This place really takes the bystander effect to the extreme. But it gets worse. Yes, the people are bad, but they are also everywhere all the time. Have you ever tried to stop and take a picture anywhere? Yeah, no way that's happening in the sea of people that you're constantly surrounded by. Everywhere you go, you're shoulder to shoulder with people. It's like you can't even breathe without someone else's breath on your neck. And they seem to never stop either. They're really taking the city that never sleeps to heart, jeez. But it gets even worse. Factor in the millions of tourists that come here every year, the sea of people become a giant garbage compactor. Yes, like the one in Star Wars, as people slowly crush you from every side. Whose bright idea was it to even create this state? New York is also home to some of the worst air pollution in the country. So not only will we be freezing or sweating, we'll also be breathing in toxic air. Sounds like a dream come true, right? But hey, at least there's always something to do, right? Wrong. Although there are quite a few entertainment options around, all of them are overpriced. And forget about getting a decent meal. The food is overhyped and overpriced as well. So good luck scrapping together the pennies you have left after paying taxes, rent, and necessities to pay for these luxuries. Oh, and good luck finding any time to have fun after all the time you spend working to keep living in this garbage dump. But hey, at least you have some of the best museums and cultural attractions, right? Wrong again. Sure, the Metropolitan Museum of Art is great, but it's always packed with tourists and locals alike. And don't even think about trying to take a picture without someone else photobombing it. That is, if you can even find the time to snag a photo without someone shoving you out of the way. So in conclusion, New York is the worst state. But hey, at least you have the Statue of Liberty, right? Yeah, a giant statue that stands for freedom. Wish that included freedom from this hellhole of a state. Thanks for watching, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment which location you'd like to see roasted next.